Hello, we are live from Svendborg, where the Danish Championship 2021 is playing right now. I'm in my hotel room and I'm gonna do a short recap of the first round in the Danish Championship. And it started out rather well for yours truly because I won my game against Mikkel Antonsen. And we're gonna start out by seeing that game because it was nice. I liked it. I've the sound and the the light will not be perfect here. I apologize for that, but that's how it is when you're traveling. Nothing to do and no help from the technical staff. Anyway, let's get going. I'm white. I start out with knight f3. And here we go. I have a lot of history with Mikkel, and I have a great score in the recent year. He is very, very strong in the main lines, but in the offbeat lines, he's not that good. He has some problems when he's, and he also likes to solve problems immediately. So giving him problems that you have to solve gradually is the key. Okay. and this is I was not really hoping for this, but it was a part of what could be expected. Here, black can take on c4, which is the dynamic solution, but I know that Mikkel has played this a lot, so this was my main focus for the preparation. I didn't prepare very well for this, but I just decided, which is how I prepare, that I like this position. Okay, I can play it. Let's get going. And not because, to be honest, I can't remember any deep preparation anyway. So I'm just gonna play. And Rudy, this is all the main line. And I really saw recently that White has started to sacrifice a pawn with bishop d2, which might make or threaten this move, by the way. So bishop d2 is the new smart move, and you can take the pawn here. You can take on b2, but white will get great compensation after something like a4, and will get a lot of pressure in the c and b file, and combined with attacking chances with this. So I think the computer even prefers white, which is an indication that this is probably dangerous for black. So, but if you take on c4, and this is important, if you take on c4, you gotta have some active plan in mind. Otherwise, you're just worse, because this structure is simply better for white. If white is allowed to put up his center like with e4, he will just be better. So I think Mikkel was already out of his comfort zone, because here came knight a6, and I'm not sure what the knight is doing there. Anyway, e4, so a knight a6 must be wrong. I think bishop f5 is, I think, the main line with to prevent e4, and it makes a lot of sense. I think Nepomniachtchi played this move, and he's pretty good. So who am I to argue against that? Knight a6, e4, bishop d4. That was a strange move, because it allowed me to play this move, which is a rather nice hitting here. And this guy here is already feeling the heat. And bishop e3, and I was very confident now. This must be very good. h6, and here I didn't see that knight takes f7 is actually pretty good. I should take on f7 because I can show you. The computer says something like this, and white is simply much better, which seems fair enough. I'll get my piece back, and I'll have the bishop pair, and he will have a ruined pawn structure, and I will have attacking chances. So this would have been better than this, but this looks very natural anyway. And here he played a strong move, knight d7. I thought, what is he doing? Is he not taking? And isn't this going to be in danger? The problem is, if I play something like knight d2, which was the plan, then comes c5 with some definite counterplay, and I don't want him to have counterplay. So rook fc1, very deep, preventing c5. because it's hanging, and he takes the pawn. And here they say he should go queen a3, the computer, and he's almost equalized. Feels a bit unfair, to be honest, with the bishop hanging there and so on. He played knight b6, which was also what I expected, and here he has won a pawn, but his pieces are not coordinated, and I like that when people's pieces are not coordinating. Knight e5, strong move, attacking the bishop here, and you don't really want to give up all the black squares with bishop takes e5. That's and you still have to save the bishop with t5, and I will get a strong attack against his weakened dark squares on the king side. So he played bishop h5 and f4. I was not sure if this was the right move. It feels this bishop gets loose and feels like I'm moving a lot of pawns. I haven't stopped yet because I'm gonna move pawns in the next two moves, and I have to remember to say pawns so people don't get it wrong and think it's something else. Anyway, queen e7 looks natural, but after a3, and here he simply has to play d5. I had a feeling he has to play d5, and after d5, I'm of course better. I have very great compensation, but after f5, he's simply dead lost because he can't take ever because of d4. So this is never. Oops, that would be a mistake. He can never take here due to this one, and bishop gone. So here comes, and I moved all my pawns, but I'm pushing him, and all my pieces are great and very active, and it's gonna be over very soon. He's gonna get kicked, and then something will land hard on him. Rook a b8 is just losing after a5, knight d7, and here it's white to move. What will you do? It's a chance for having a lot of fun here. I played. Boom. That's nice, isn't it? A rook sacrifice. The thing is, I'm having a lot of fun here with the queen hitting here, the knight hitting here, and the bishop also hitting. Oops, that was shooting. Not right here, and everything is falling apart, and he still has this ridiculous bishop out here. And I think he could actually resign here. So knight takes, hitting here and here and here, and there's also the good old X-ray here. Queen a3, going for some sort of counterplay. Knight takes d8, attacking the rook, and I actually saw a forced win here after rook c7. I think rook b3, I will just take the same because I saw the winning line, but I could also have played queen c4, which is also horrible for him. But this just wins. Rook takes, check, and king h7, and I could take on c3 and f5. That's also wins, but this is easy because he can take whatever he likes, and I'm coming with knight e6, and I'm mating him. So it's all over. So that was a very nice start for GM Talks sent reporter. The other result was that Allan Stig Rasmussen won with black against Nikolaj Borge, and that was for me and my hopes for winning the championship. That was a bit unfortunate. I would have liked him, Nikolaj, to score. Also, he's a teammate from and one of my oldest friends. So that was a little bit on. I was a little bit unhappy about that, but the result was never in doubt. Allan had a good preparation with black in the Caro-Kann and just won. It looked rather easily, and there was a big upset. Jesper Thybo lost with black against Schandorff, and Thybo was trying to win a slightly better double bishop ending for a long time, and then simply went over the board and lost the game, and that was nice for me. Even though, of course, I hope Thybo, as a national coach, that he will develop into a very, very strong player. He is already very strong, but I'm hoping 2700, and but then you don't have accidents like this one. So hopefully it's a learning experience. Then there was another upset. Jens Ove Friis Nielsen won against the Boris Chatalbashev with white, and Jens Ove played one of his dubious openings. He got under serious pressure and was much worse. And then I don't know what Boris did, but he suddenly started to play horrible moves and more or less lost the game all by himself. So that was the upset. And the last game, Martin Haubro won with black against Poul Rewitz. Poul Rewitz is the winner of the candidates group last year and is qualified by that. He on rating he would never get in, and it expected that he will have a pretty hard time in this tournament. Earlier, some of the candidates had scored 0 points. I don't think that will happen to Poul. He is rather solid and a decent endgame player, but in this game he was just outplayed by Martin. Anyway, this was the first round recap. I hope you liked it, and give me the comments, and remember to sharing is caring and so on. Thank you for watching.